Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our second live for the week. We're talking about winter wellness today and how to stay healthy this winter using essential oils and other natural products. So I'm just going to kind of share some of our favorite things to do, things we've found to be effective for us. It's cold here again today and rainy, so it's a good day for some hot tea. I have some Motivate oil here. Going to put a little bit in my hands. I didn't get a chance to do that yet. So anytime I'm just kind of feeling a little tired or have something to do, I just love Motivate. And it has peppermint, so it kind of clears out your sinuses, opens everything up. Good morning. When you jump on, say hi. Say hi, please. I'd love to know who's here. So I'm excited to talk about this topic because as a mom of 5, I care a lot about staying healthy. Everybody does, right? But when the kids were little, if they would get something, a bug, a virus, the flu, we would all get it. And that could mean weeks inside without leaving, weeks inside. We homeschooled. So weeks where, somebody was sick. And nobody wants to do that, right? Nobody wants to be sick regardless of how many kids you have. Hi, Vanessa. Good morning. Thanks for saying hi. You jump on, say hi to me. I'd love to know who's here. And so I used to have a lot of anxiety about my kids getting sick, like a lot of anxiety, really unhealthy amount of anxiety. And essential oils have totally, good morning, Sylvia, good morning, Danielle, have really alleviated a lot of that for me. 1, because they calm me down, and 2, because they really help us to stay healthy. We started our health journey with learning about our environment and our food. So before doTERRA, we began investigating what our kids were breathing in and what they were being exposed to in, say, detergent and different things, and then what they were being exposed to in food. And so I've continued to just study and learn about these effects on our health. And so what I want everyone to understand is, which most of you probably do, especially if you're in doTERRA already, but what I want you to understand is that there's no one can do it all, right? There's a million things we can do to be healthier. And that everything is connected in our body. So if we're not getting enough sleep, that affects our hormones, and that affects this, and that affects that, and that can affect our mental health, and all these things, right? And so it's all connected. So everything we do to take care of ourselves is important and helpful. And I'm going to share a bunch of different things. I do not do all of these every single day. And so don't feel like that's what you have to do either. Hopefully you'll pick out things like, oh, I could add that into my routine. I could make that work. Now there's some things that are kind of non-negotiable that hurt our health or help our health. And we have to be aware of those at all times. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, April and Demetria. Did I say it? Demetria? And Amy, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for saying hi. All right, so everything's connected. Our gut health, stress, sleep, but thankfully with our oils, we have a lot of options on how to stay healthy. So I'm going to start with 3 really simple things that we do every day, especially the days the kids are in school. Because I did homeschool for like 14 years, 14, 12, something like that. So sending them off to school, I was like, oh my gosh. And right now, like everyone has the flu at the school. I think some classes have like a third gone. I ask the kids every day, who was missing from your class? And my friend's daughter, or my daughter's friend, her really close friend, went home with the flu yesterday. And so I'm just like doing all these things every day. So the first one is to use an essential oil morning and night to support your immune system. So the most obvious that we've always used is On Guard. On Guard is a blend of essential oils that supports the immune system, things like clove and orange and cinnamon. So this is actually Motivate, but pretend it's On Guard. So I roll On Guard on the bottom of 1 foot. For my kids, I rub it in really, really well. That friction, that heat helps everything, drive everything deeper into the skin. Essential oils go into your bloodstream very quickly and into every cell in your body within 20 minutes. And so you want to rub it in really well, especially if you're going to get up and walk around or you're going to put a sock back on their feet. So I do that on 1 foot. And then I'm so thankful for our new blend, Stronger. We talked about the kids line yesterday. This is one of the kids line oils. And so I rub this either on the other foot, but usually typically up and down the spine. So up and down their spine because it's really gentle. It smells amazing. It's very mild, but has very powerful oils in it, like Litsea and rose. And so gentle to the skin and on guard, so up and down their spines. I will rub this as far as I can reach up and down my own spine as well, on guard on the bottom of my own feet. So just those essential oils. We have had countless stories. Maybe some of you, tell me if this is your story too. I know it's my best, good morning, Maureen. It's my best friend Leslie's story. Her daughter was sick, like constantly in kindergarten. She missed so much school. She was sick all the time. And as soon as she would recover with these viruses that she'd get these fevers from, she would, sorry, just checking something. She would get sick again. And she thought I was a crazy, weird hippie. She always has, right? As I do crazy, weird hippie things. But I was like, just try these oils. And she finally bought a kit, and we didn't live together. We didn't live near each other. Obviously, I would have already given her some On Guard. But she got the On Guard and started using it. And I don't think she missed any school her first grade year. She was just that put an end to it. So sometimes it's as simple as using an essential oil every day. That is one really simple, easy thing to do. The other thing, of course, is hand washing. So everybody says that. I mean, you know, you're washing the germs off your hands, because what would we do? We sit there and we might touch our mouth. Kids especially, get their hands in their mouth. My daughter's always wiggling her teeth. I'm like, she's already missing the front two. Yeah, the front two, I think, or four. I can't remember anyways. She has a big old gap, and she's always wiggling the side ones. I'm like, girl, you have enough teeth missing. Get your hands out of your mouth. So I'm on her case all the time to get her hands out of her mouth. But they touch their eyes and their nose and their mouth and whatever. So reminding them to wash their hands, of course. One thing I do is I send a little homemade On Guard hand sanitizer in their lunch boxes, and remind them every day to wash their hands before they eat snack and lunch, because I have no control over that. I'm not there. Of course, when we're home, they wash hands. I spray their hands down when they get in the car every single time. My husband, not so much. Still training him. But every single time they get in my car, they have to wash their hands spray their hands with On Guard. So we have On Guard makes a hand spray. It's really awesome. Or you can make your own with On Guard. And then as soon as they get home, they have to actually physically wash their hands, wash all the dirt off of it, that type of thing. And anytime we go somewhere, come home, same routine every time. So stay on them with that. So the thing about hand sanitizer, because at school, right, they have gallons of Purell. Hand sanitizer kills all the bad bacteria on your hand and all the good bacteria. Regular hand sanitizer with regular alcohol in it, and it has artificial fragrance, and some of it has bad things like triclosan, which totally messes up your hormones and all that stuff. So anyways, of course, doTERRA's doesn't have that. It's an ethyl alcohol, which is much safer than regular rubbing alcohol. No chemicals, nothing like that. So, and this sanitizes and kills germs within, seconds. And so we spray the carts and all that stuff everywhere we go. So oils every day, washing our hands using our On Guard hand spray. And then the third really simple thing are On Guard beadlets. Are you sensing a theme here with On Guard? We wash our hands with On Guard soap too. On Guard beadlets, let me open this one up to show you, are teeny tiny. So my 6-year-old can swallow them. Now my 12-year-old is extra dramatic. She has to have water and just to swallow these tiny things. But my 6-year-old can swallow them. So probably most of your young children can't do. And I'm not going to be able to get this off. All right, I did. I'm going to show you how teeny tiny they are. I mean, seriously. Can you even see? Tiny. Tiny. So we keep these in the car, and on the way to school, I usually text them and remind them, make sure you take your beadlets. So 1 or 2 beadlets each, and just swallow them, and that gives them a little boost as well. So those 3 things are things that we do every single day. Now let's go broader than that. I know a lot of people have questions about elderberry syrup. So here's our elderberry syrup. This is just from a local person that sells in our co-op that we belong to. It has filtered water, organic elderberries, raw unfiltered honey, organic cinnamon, organic cloves, and organic ginger. So for children 1 year and over, right, because kids under 1 can't have honey, take half to 1 teaspoon daily. Excuse me. Adults take 1/2 to 1 tablespoon daily. When you're ill, give that dose every 2 to 3 hours until they feel better. And you keep this in the fridge. And so I have not been good about giving this to them every single day. I'm going to actually remember that the next 2 days of school, because we have 2 days left to stay healthy before winter break. And there is so much flu. And so elderberry syrup has been shown in studies to, hi Chris, good morning, Lizette. And so this is easy to keep around. And then when they get sick, so my daughter had a fever a couple weeks ago on a Friday night. She came home from school. She just looking kind of tired. And then I looked at her and she had like that glossy eyes. And I was like, oh no, you're getting a fever. She didn't have a fever yet, but I could tell it was coming. And so we started, oh, I didn't grab the Lala. I can never say that name. I know some of you can. You're smarter than me. The homeopathic little things. And so I started her on dosing this every couple hours, this homeopathic things for the flu. And of course, essential oils. And we did that just constantly. You can put oils on as often as every 20 minutes when they're sick. And she woke up completely fine with no fever. And so I was just like, thank you, Jesus. Elderberry syrup just makes me feel so much better to have on hand this time of year. All right, let's talk about food for a second. I know this is the part where some of you are going to want to leave. Don't leave. Listen to me for a second about food. There are a lot of foods that can boost your immune system, and you can research those. Of course, we should be eating our fruits and vegetables, and that's really, really important. That makes us healthier, okay? But hey, Karen, good morning, April. There's something that we eat that tears down our immune system. So the way I teach my kids is you have a good army, that's your immune system, and then bad armies come. And they come all the time, right? And your good army's just like, nope, nope. I mean, we get exposed to germs constantly, right? Grocery store, school, everywhere we go, there's germs. So our immune system's doing its job. Sometimes we encounter something that it's either weakened for some reason, or this is a really strong bug, and something's happened so that now our good army is losing. And so we need to strengthen the good army and starve the bad army. So what's the number one thing that weakens our good army? Sugar. Sugar. Y'all know how I feel about sugar. Sugar's from the devil. So I tell my kids, that sugar's from the devil. I'm joking. I mean, it probably kind of is. But so 4 grams of sugar is 1 teaspoon. So if you get a teaspoon measurer, next time you use a teaspoon, you're going to think about this. 1 teaspoon is 4 grams of sugar. And 1 teaspoon lowers your immune system for 4 to 6 hours. If you've been following me, you already probably know this because I always talk about it. For example, a candy cane, and this is not mine or for my children. It's one of my kids for their Secret Santa. Because, of course, Secret Santa gifts should be, you know, your favorite drink, which most kids put soda, and your favorite candy and your favorite chips or something like that. Has 9 grams of sugar in 1 candy cane. So that's double the amount that it takes to lower your immune system for 4 to 6 hours. So you have a candy cane, your immune system's kind of toast all day while you're around people, and you're more likely for your good army to not be able to fight off that bad virus. And I explain this to your kids. Kids are smart. And so I just tell kids, like, I tell my kids, I'm like, do you want to be sick on Christmas? Like, we don't want to be sick on Christmas. So let's be really moderate about our candy. And so I tell them not to have candy at school when they're being exposed to all this stuff. Sometimes they get a treat, like especially if they're bringing home crap like this, they might get a treat on the weekend or something. We look at how many grams of sugar it is and all that kind of stuff. So I know it's that time of year, and I know some of you hate me because I talk about not eating sugar, and I'm really sorry. But it really does lower your immune system. It's terrible for you. And so really, really keep that in mind, and look at what your kids are eating for breakfast. If they're eating like kids yogurt that's full of sugar, some of those yogurts have 20 plus grams of sugar, which is as much as a Snickers bar. So you're basically like giving your kids sugar, tanking their immune system, and sending them to school. Not to mention all the things it does to their body, and cancer feeds off sugar and all that kind of stuff. All right. I know we don't like to talk about that, but it's really, really important to teach our children about sugar, teach ourselves about sugar, and really think about that as we go into the winter. All right, 2 of our favorite products here in doTERRA, and these are also on sale this week for the winter wellness sale, are On Guard and Breathe drops. And see what they look like. They got new packaging if you haven't got these in a while. They're cute. This is the On Guard one. So this has On Guard oil in it. Obviously, it's for your throat, numbs your throat, sore throat, things like that. The Breathe one is for coughing. These are made with organic cane sugar, which is better, of course, than high fructose corn syrup, and brown rice syrup. So each one has, the On Guard has 3 grams, and the Breathe has 2 grams. So I let my kids have these, but I let them have one, right? Don't sit there and eat 10 On Guard drops because you just have 30 grams of sugar. And that is not going to help you feel better. It might numb your throat for a minute. If you want to do the same effect without sugar, gargle some On Guard or gargle some clove. Same thing with Breathe. You can put Breathe on your chest or the Breathe stick, which is also on sale. But it's fine to have this, just have one, right? And don't eat any other sugar. And so I'll tell, my son had a sore throat, so I sent him with 2. And I said, you have one in the morning when you need it and one in the afternoon when you need it, so that you're not having too much sugar. And I know it sounds like extreme to say like 4 grams of sugar. That's just because there's so much freaking sugar in everything that we sell in America, right? All right, let's talk about some other supplements. All right, I've showed you guys this before. Vitamin C is really important. There's a lot of different kinds, and a lot of them are good. Absorption is an issue with vitamin C. And so this is the one I use, Lipospheric Vitamin C. This is from Amazon. Now, these come in packets of gel that taste like crap. So don't be mad at me when you squirt this in your mouth. But what I do is I take a drink of water or tea or whatever, squirt the packet in my mouth all the way, swish it because it'll go up into the water and not stick to your mouth, and I swallow it. These are also $1 a piece. So obviously all 7 of us don't take this every single day. I take it daily sometimes when I need it, if I'm feeling run down or one of the kids are feeling run down. It's not their favorite thing because it does taste like crap. But, you know, they got to get over it. There's kids' vitamin C's you can buy, but you just want to make sure you're not buying stuff that's actually fake. We know that from doTERRA and our supplements that a lot of stuff out there is fake. It's not going to, you're going to spend all this money and you're not going to get hardly any benefit from the vitamin C. So this is what I use. This does have soy as a preservative, I believe. Phospholipids derived from soy. Some people have asked me about that. I tried the one that's soy-free, and y'all, I just couldn't even. It was just so disgusting. It's like this liquid stuff. Anyways, take some vitamin C. Find some. We also have used sodium ascorbate, which is a powder. It's salty though, but I would mix it in the kids' water with elderberry when they were sick and make like juice, because we don't let them have juice. They were thrilled. And they got a good dose of vitamin C. All right, let's talk about turmeric oil. This is a new essential oil to doTERRA, and I purchased some droppers. It does not come like this, it comes with a regular top. I purchased some droppers so that it's easy to make capsules. So turmeric oil, y'all, it stinks. Hey Mandy, good morning. Hey Abby, hey Kara, and Sherry. Turmeric stinks. So anyways, I just use it internally. It is great for, it's anti-inflammatory, it's great for your immune system, it's great for just keeping your body in overall good working condition. I used to take like handfuls of turmeric spice pills, and those are great and everything, but the thing that we really are after are tumerones, and tumerone is a constituent, and there's trace amounts of tumerones in the spice, and there's like 50 to 70% tumerones in the oil. So this is good stuff for keeping your inflammation down. Inflammation causes disease, chronic things like arthritis and other things, you know, pain, chronic pain, that kind of stuff that's tied into inflammation. So, whoo, lost one of my recording things. Keeping those, keeping the turmeric daily so that we're not going to be recording on Instagram today. Keeping that going will help keep you healthy and in the best place for the winter. So that's on sale for the winter wellness as well. All right, vitamin D. This is something that if you've ever had your blood work done, chances are, tell me if you have awesome vitamin D levels or if they're low, because I've never actually, can't think of anyone who's like, yeah, my vitamin D is great, because we're chronically low in vitamin D. Now, vitamin D we get from the sun, right? But if you have problems with gut health, or you have certain genetic issues, genetic mutations, you might have trouble actually absorbing it even from the sun. So I used to take like 20,000 IUs of vitamin D a day for a long time. Like the natural practitioners I was working with are like, you're taking how much? And my vitamin D levels were still very low. And so the reason was I just was not absorbing it. It was the best kind of vitamin D. It was the expensive kind. It was, you know, the best that I could find, but I wasn't absorbing it because of my gut health. now that I've healed a lot of my gut issues, doing keto and losing weight and not eating sugar, my vitamin D levels are very optimal for the first time ever since I've been an adult and started getting my blood work done. So you want to take D3, and ideally you want it to have K2 in it as well. This aids absorption. Let's see if it says anything else on here. So you want vitamin D3, that's a good form. This has 1,000 for 2 drops, and so I'll give the kids like 4 drops, say. I don't do this daily because I can't remember all the things, but when I remember it, I do it daily. And we kind of rotate. I might do well on vitamin D for a while, I might do well on vitamin C for a while, might do well on the elderberry for a while. If they're sick, I try to remember all of it at one time. These are just tools in your tool belt, right, guys? For yourself, for your kids. These are just things that you can have on hand and rotate through, or do your best to do them all every day. All right, let's talk about supplements. So a lot of you know, who takes Lifelong Vitality Pack? Tell me in the comments if you take Lifelong Vitality Pack. By the way, if you're watching this on replay, hit replay so I can see who's watching this later on. I'd love to hear from you. This is doTERRA's #1 selling product. It's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It's 3 bottles. This is our personal stash. We buy a lot of this because there's a lot of us, and now so many of them can swallow pills. So much easier than measuring out 1,000 tiny cups of medicine, right, Abby? And so when you have little ones and you've got to give it all to them in little things and get them to swallow it, it's just so much easier when they're older, like swallow this. All right, so it is a whole food vitamin. This makes sure that you get all of your daily nutrients and minerals and vitamins and all those types of things. We cannot get it all from food, even with a really, really great diet. We need that. The stuff you buy at the store, a lot of it is synthetic. And so again, your body's like, oh, well, that kind of looks like vitamin B, but I don't really know what that is. And so pee it on out. So we want stuff from food. We want stuff that's real. That, omegas, these are our favorite product. In fact, I have 2 bottles here because we take a lot of omegas. I take extra omegas. My little ones, my 2, 6, and 10-year-olds, they take 2 of these a day. Again, easier than measuring out the fish oil. And it's easy for them to swallow because they're really small. Muscles here. They're small. They're much smaller than like a regular pill. And so they can easily swallow those. So they're getting good omegas from that every day. It helps them stay regular. It's good for keeping inflammation down. It's good for their brain development, speech development, that type of thing. So taking Lifelong Vitality Pack is a total game changer for so many people. They just literally will not go a day without it because it fills in all those missing gaps. That's your foundation of your health, right? Your gut health, and then getting all those vitamins and minerals, that's the foundation of how you feel. And so filling all those little gaps in your foundation, plugging all those holes, just gives you energy. It makes you feel better. And that gives you better health, and it boosts your immune system. It also helps a lot of people regulate their hormones. So you need to be taking omegas every day. You need to be taking a, what is the word? Multivitamin every single day that's made from food. And then it also has alpha CRS, and this helps support our cellular health and keeps those aches and pains away even more, and helps keep inflammation down, antioxidants up, that type of thing. So those are really important. Those are our foundation, right? That's our cake. And then we like to also take probiotics. And probiotics are important because they put that good bacteria in, right? If you're feeding that good army or bad army, always encountering each other, and probiotics helps to feed that good army. So the kids one comes in a packet, and it looks like pixie sticks, and that's what it tastes like. It's super yummy. No sugar. This is sweetened with xylitol, which is a safe sweetener made from corn or birch. Ours is made from non-GMO corn. And PB Assist, this is the adult version. Does not have to be refrigerated like most because of the way they've made it. And they have a really unique delivery system that keeps it safe and alive until it gets down into your lower gut where it needs to be. So I take both. I take the adults and then I take the kids because they taste good. It also gives you a variety. They have different types of probiotics in them because kids need different types than adults. And so it's good to change it up, and so I'll take both. These are also a good sweet treat if you're trying not to eat sugar. They're super yummy. All right, so what do you do if you're starting to get sick? what should your plan of action be? So I talked about using elderberry syrup every couple hours to boost your immune system. We're going to step up our game with our On Guard and our Stronger as often as every 20 minutes. But I also like to use stronger oils when we're getting sick. So oregano is our big daddy, kill all the things, essential oil. This is on sale in the Winter Wellness Sale this week. And it's very, very strong. I always dilute this. But I love to make a roller bottle. The flu bomb, we call it On Guard, Melaleuca, oregano, lemon. You can look it up. But all those oils together is kind of like a, you know, more of a boost. We don't typically want to use oregano every day if you're just taking one drop or you're using it in On Guard soft gels. These have a little oregano. It has a tiny bit. It's not gonna tax your liver to have that tiny bit of oregano every day, but you don't want to take a lot of oregano every day. That's a really common question we have over there. Oh, lots of people saying, yep, I take my LLV every day. Love, love, love. Saved me from having knee surgery. That's so awesome, Kara. Take it every day. My brother told me all he wants for Christmas is LLV. I love it. Chris says she also takes extra omegas. Helps with your dry eye issues. That's really interesting. That's cool. Edie says LLV is a life changer. Did you say I can give fish capsules to my 7-year-old? He has a speech delay. Yes, absolutely. Have him swallow the omegas. All it is fish oil in a capsule. So go for it, girl. So much easier. And they don't like, you know, spit fish oil all over the place. All right, so as an adult, you can take that flu bomb, a drop or two of each in a capsule every 4 to 6 hours. For kids, you can make the roller. I use the roller on myself as well. And then this is my weapon of choice when I'm starting to feel sick, On Guard Plus. So a lot of people think this is just On Guard in a soft gel, but that's not what it is. It's actually, it has On Guard, and then it has black pepper seed oil, oregano, and Melissa. Melissa is our most expensive oil that we sell, and it's very, very strong antiviral. So that's why they're in On Guard Plus. And these are also very small and easy. I let my 6-year-old take one before. doTERRA's official recommendation is 12 and up on supplements, so do what doTERRA says. But it's your personal choice as a parent. They are diluted in extra virgin olive oil. And so it's not like there's a whole drop of every single one of those in there, right? They make the mixture. I believe there's 2 or 3 drops in the capsule of that mixture, and then the rest is the olive oil. So they're super gentle. So I personally, if I'm feeling sick, take 2 with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I found that protocol actually for my upline when I had the shingles several years ago. She was like, take 2 with every meal. And I was just like, what? That's so much, but it's really not that much. Your body is incredible and it helps a lot. Hey, Rachel, my friend. This is what the kids, PBS Cyst Junior probiotics, since you're asking about that. All right, so I get this going with every meal for myself when I'm sick, and my older kids take it all the time. The 6-year-old, I'll give her 1 if she's really sick. Again, easy, super easy to swallow. Then we're going to start taking our elderberry. We're going to roll our oils on. I'm going to take some vitamin C, give the kids whatever vitamin C I have for them. Make sure they're taking their supplements as well. I'm taking my LLV. Vitamin D every couple hours. I think you don't want to take over like 10 to 20 IU a day for adults typically. That's kind of maxing it out. What else would I do? Take my probiotics. So I was getting sick. Diffusing. Diffuse. Actually, meant to put my diffuser back there, but diffuse On Guard, kill germs in the air. If you have a respiratory illness, obviously diffuse breathe. That also, all the oils, most of them have properties that are antibacterial, antiviral, and help cleanse the air. So if you have respiratory issues, use your breathe drops, breathe on your chest, or whatever oil. If breathe is too strong for your skin, which sometimes it is, try frankincense and lime, or rosemary and lime, or frankincense, melaleuca, lavender, and lemon. Those are really gentle for little kids for their chest, because breathe irritates my daughter's skin, both of them. It doesn't irritate any of the boys, so we just switched to what works for them. And you know, you've got to kind of play with it sometimes, but you will find the thing that works best for you, and that's awesome. All right, let's talk about another final really important component to staying healthy this winter, and that is sleeping. I know sleep escapes a lot of us. We have so much to do, and so much going on. And I know for me, when my kids go to sleep and the house is quiet, that's when my brain comes alive and I create. I did that for so many years. I burnt myself out, burnt my adrenal glands out, made myself very ill doing that. So don't do that. You need to get sleep. So two things I use to go to sleep. You guys, I almost feel like this should be illegal because it works so good. Copaiba and Serenity. So these are both soft gels, doTERRA cells. Copaiba, I'm backwards. Copaiba has 2 drops in each soft gel, and I believe Serenity does as well, but Serenity is not Serenity oil, so please don't make your own. It's super confusing. I don't know why they did that. But it has lavender, L-theanine, lemon balm, passion flower, and German chamomile. Hold on, start coughing. All right, so Copaiba reduces pain. It reduces inflammation. So again, we're attacking immune health from that perspective of keeping our inflammation down, which helps prevent disease. But Copaiba also is super relaxing and helps calm you down. Remember, it has BCP in it, beta-caryophyllene, which is the same component that we find in CBD oil. Sorry, it's not the same component. It interacts in the same way that CBD oil does in our body. So reacting with those same receptors in our body. So giving us that really calming feeling and reducing pain. So BCP is the key thing here. It makes me sleepy. I don't take this during the day. I know most of you do fine with it. So who takes Copaiba soft gels during the day? Take it for pain usually. But take 2 at night, 1 or 2 at night, and 1 or 2 of Serenity. I literally feel like this should not be legal because it is like, just knocks me out. And I sleep so great and I wake up feeling so good. So ideal sleep, of course, we know 8 hours, right? But even more important is to get as much sleep as we can before midnight or 1 a.m. because that's when your sleep is most restorative. You can't get that time back, right? So even if you go to bed at 1 and you sleep till 9, it's not the same for your body as going to bed at 10 and sleeping till 6. It's much more restorative to get that sleep before midnight. And I'm the worst. If any of my friends are watching, they know I'm the worst. I'm always working on this, something that I have to work on a lot because I'm like type A, task, But I sometimes will put Serenity on my feet, shut the brain down, take some soft gels, and getting that sleep is a huge weapon for your good army, keeping you healthy this winter. So all those things put together, I really feel like keeping sugar out of your diet is one of the best ways. Now you can still get sick, right? I mean, if somebody coughs in your face or somebody coughs on something that you touch and then you accidentally, pick something out of your tooth, you're putting germs right in your mouth. You may or may not get sick. But I really feel like keeping this crap out of your diet. Now, as adults, right? I mean, we do not need any sugar at all. You can find a way to replace all of that somehow. It's just, you got to be a grown-up about it, all right? Cut the crap out of your diet. The kids, I am really strict, and guess what? My kids are still fine. They still feel loved. They will grow up to be just fine, functioning adults without having ice cream and milkshakes and all this crap. They just don't get it, and they're fine. And we have treats, and they have sugar sometimes, but it's not worth it to get the flu and to get sick. So you can still enjoy Christmas and enjoy life without having a ton of sugar. So do that. Diffuse your On Guard. Use your On Guard and Stronger and whatever oils you like every single day to boost your immune system. Make sure you're taking your supplements. Final thing is stress. Stress wreaks havoc on our body. So you've got to find something that you like to de-stress with. We've got Christmas cards, if you even do them anymore, which most of you don't. You've got family, maybe family coming into town, and all these pressures on us as women. Find just something that you love to de-stress a few minutes every day. I love peace oil. Sometimes it's wild orange, diffusing wild orange and harvest spice like every single day. So take the time, just put a drop in your hand, take a few minutes to pray and breathe. And everything will be okay. And keeping that stress down will also boost your immune system. So I hope that's helpful. Does anyone have a question? What if you wake up at 3 a.m.? Well, I would definitely make sure you have a diffuser running all night so that you're getting the oils continually to avoid that problem. And And then you can just reapply. You can take the soft gels again, because within 30 minutes, I'm usually asleep. Don't turn your phone on, don't turn a screen on, don't do anything that like wakes your brain up, because it's so much harder to recover, right, when we do that. So, you know, we've got to protect ourselves in that way and be really disciplined in that way to not, I've woken up before and I know if I get on my phone, it's over. I'm gonna be up for like 3 hours. So diffuse and reapply and keep the screens off. Any other questions? Anybody want to add anything that I forgot? If you are a member of doTERRA already, then make sure you pop in and check out those winter wellness items. They're 15% off this week only. doTERRA never does sales, so that's awesome. If you're not a member and somebody sent you here or shared this video with you, make sure you get with them to ask about how you can get started, get your oils at 25% off, take advantage of the sale, and have a really healthy winter. And if you don't have a doTERRA friend, I would love to work with you. So message me and I can tell you all the info. We can figure out all the best things for you and your family, kids, dogs, pets, whatever you have. And we will make sure it's safe and good and helpful. So, all right, everybody, thanks for being on today. And I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday. Have a healthy, healthy winter.